Hi Libra, welcome my darlings. We're going to see what's going on for you guys in the week ahead with this lovely deck here. And then we're going to pull a spirit message from this lovely oracle deck here. So without further ado, let's see what's happening for Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the week ahead. Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising in the week ahead. Libra, you guys might be like in some feelings, or you might be approaching something very climactic, maybe even a little dramatic. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you guys. As I'm connecting with the energy and as I'm getting ready to pull cards, I'm hearing opera music in my head. So opera to me is just it's powerful, you know, it's powerful. So we'll see. I'm curious why you guys are giving me opera. I love opera. Here's your Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Alrighty, my dears. So Monday, Tuesday is Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles is going to be about bringing something together, collaborating. So you might be building some kind of a plan, okay? You might have something in the works. You might have some irons in the fire, so to speak. Three of Pentacles can also be that... you are going into some area that is unfamiliar to you, but you're being mentored. Like somebody may be taking you under their wing or showing you the ropes, so to speak. So maybe some of you are finding like a temporary income or a temporary something that you're doing around this kind of weird time we're in right now where you're not able to go to your regular job. You may be building or creating something. But the Three of Coins is going to be about laying down foundations. You're building and you're creating something. For those of you where I had like this opera in my head, I said it felt very climactic, very dramatic. I feel like some of you are building something that you feel is going to vindicate you in some way. So you may be building a case against somebody. Maybe you've got some time on your hands. I don't believe, I don't know what you're up to. I just got the Disney cartoon version of Beauty and the Beast when Gaston is singing and he's like, lately, you know, I've been thinking. And his little sidekick buddy goes, a dangerous pastime. He's like, I know. You're cooking something up. You're cooking something up. And I feel it's like it's some plan to get back something that you feel is deserving, that you're deserving of, or that maybe you feel in some way like belongs to you, but there may be some obstacles. You're figuring out how you're going to overcome them. I do feel for some reason some of you are building some kind of a legal case. I really do. Because I don't feel like you're doing anything crazy or like, you know, against the law, but working within the law. I'm getting a sense or a feeling of like working within the law. So you may be going after somebody for something proprietary or unpaid wages, or maybe you're getting ready for a divorce, you're gearing up for a divorce, and you may be looking at like legal ways that you can protect certain assets or secure certain assets. You may be all up in there finding all the little loopholes. But I feel like you're really getting ready to just kind of like lay the hammer down, like just boom, there it is. And I feel like when you do present it, it's going to feel very like out of nowhere. I don't know, Libra. Your energy is very powerful right now. Very, very powerful. Let's see what's happening for you Wednesday, Thursday. Oh, and by the way, okay, I know that this came up for Monday, Tuesday, but this is like a really heavy energy. And so this isn't something that's going to be wrapped up in like 2 days. But Monday, Tuesday might be like when you're starting this process. Some of you, I feel you're doing some kind of, or you're preparing to, or you're thinking about doing some kind of like distance, like a semi-long distance, like a quarantine romance. You know, maybe you're staying in and they're staying in, but maybe you all are texting each other or calling each other, or I'm getting like a feeling or a sense of like, you know, like watching the same show together or watching the same movie together, but you're not physically together. Maybe you're like talking about it or texting about it. I feel for some of you there is like an element of like a sweet little innocent getting to know somebody while social distancing. So, you know, being safe or playing it safe. Because Libra, a lot of you were like in this energy the past few weeks where it was like you were so ready to live your life. A lot of you were feeling a little feisty. You were getting ready to get back there, get back out there again and start dating. And now the world scenario, things are different for a lot of people. And I feel you. I'm in that boat too. I had like big things happening. I was like, oh, awesome. You know, March, April, I'm going to get out there. I'm going to make time to be social. I'm going to meet, like, I had like all these things planned. And then all of a sudden it's like, nope, we're all staying in. So some of you might be finding like a way around that. And I feel like it's very sweet though. Like it feels very sweet to me. It feels very innocent to me. But definitely like a sense of like, you know, charm, like, you know, just like charming someone and being charmed and like a sweet little innocent, cute, you know, modern day correspondence, I guess. I feel like some of you might be taking things slow with somebody in that way. Very, very cute energy. So some of you have that going on. Your Wednesday, Thursday is 5 of Cups. So disappointment, right? We're all kind of frustrated with what's going on. I do feel for some of you, and I don't mean to make this like the quarantine edition, because I try not to focus too much on that in the other readings that I did. But Libra, some of you might be really focused on this because maybe it's really impacting your life in ways that are like, you're just like, it needs to be over now. I feel Wednesday, Thursday, middle week, there might be like a timeline that is given to you about like, you know, when you can go back to work or, you know, what your hours are going to be, or like, you know, maybe there might even be like a state guideline or a federal guideline that might be announced to us, and it might not be what you were hoping to hear. So you may be a little bit bummed out about that. You may be like, oh gosh, like, you know, kind of disappointed. But when the 5 of Cups comes up, it's telling us to focus on the positive. You might have three cups that spilled over, but you still have 2 full cups that you can enjoy. And the bright side is you can pick those cups up and you can fill them with whatever you want to fill them with. You know, last time I said that, somebody commented, I'm gonna fill mine with money. So you can definitely do that. You can fill them with whatever you want. But 5 of Cups also could be that maybe, you know, some of you are numbing yourself a little bit. Maybe the boredom's driving you nuts, or maybe you're sad. Maybe you really like this person and you miss them and you're wishing you can spend time with them, and you might be tempted to, you know, reach for a bottle or spend a lot of time watching those adult videos, you know, or like whatever you might be doing, or, you know, booty calls or whatever you're into. Gambling, online poker, video games, you know, whatever you might do, reaching for the sugar, whatever your poison may be. You may find yourself in the middle of the week, you know, tempted to reach for your poison. And so when 5 of Cups comes up, it's like, look, just ride out the waves. Because if you can let yourself feel the feelings and feel them and let them out, this is how you're gonna release. We hear that so much in like the psychic world and metaphysical world and energy healers. It's like, just release. And people are like, how do I release? Release is just a fancy word for saying ride out the feeling. Just ride out the waves. Let yourself feel it and let it out. And you're going to be tempted to push it back down. But anytime we do, we kind of end up having a situation where there's this sense or this feeling of like, you know, we start to block ourselves. Something about this little tower here in the back, this little house here, this little villa or whatever it is, this manor here in the back, it makes me think for whatever reason, like the 4 of Wands, there's like this little castle in the background. So I feel like for whatever reason, it's like the 4 of Wands castle, but this person's all the way here on this end of it, looking at it like it's so far away, so out of reach, feeling very sad. So some of you are feeling separated from a sense of home or a sense of family, or you're just feeling very lonely. and you're like, oh, it's so far away, it's so far away. But, you know, allow yourself to feel the feelings, let them out. Try to keep from self-medicating if at all possible, because this is going to help speed up your healing. And try to focus on the bright side. I'm not trying to be all Pollyanna. You know, I know it could be really annoying to hear that sometimes. But try to focus on the bright side in the middle of the week as you find yourself feeling a little bit frustrated or impatient. Okay? Your Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is the Empress. All right. Well, Libra, this is your energy right up in here. I actually read that the Empress is associated with feminine Libra energy, the feminine aspect of Libra. So maybe you're getting in touch with your feminine side, or your there's two sides to Libra. Even though you guys aren't Geminis, there's two sides to Libra. There's the highly logical side. Like, you guys can be very intelligent, very analytical. You may even be really good with like legal stuff. I know when I worked in the legal field, I knew a lot of Libras. You guys have very like intelligent minds. You can look at things from all aspects. But there's also the side to Libra that can be very artistic, very creative, very drawn to beauty, you know, loving beautiful things, the arts, you know. So maybe you're getting in touch with that aspect of your Libra energy. As it comes into the end of the week, that might be where some of you are finding a release. Some of you, I feel like you're going way back and you're finding music that like your parents used to listen to, like you know, maybe like it's like from like another country or something, right? If you know your parents came from a different country than the country where you grew up or the country where you're living, it might be a sense of home in that way. You know, you might be like connecting with music or movies, or, you know, things that take you back to your childhood and take you back like to your culture, that connect you to your culture in some way, right? Or even if you know, if you are, you know, living in a country where like that is your culture, you may just kind of be connecting with elements of your childhood or elements of that culture, like a sense of home, things that give you a sense of home. But for whatever reason, I feel a cultural element to it for some reason. I'm trying to think what other sign, because I think there was two. It was Libra, Empress was Libra, and Taurus. So Taurus is the earth element of the Empress, and Libra is the air element of the Empress. So if you have Taurus in your chart, your Taurus may be coming to the surface. Some of you, this person that you're getting all involved with or talking to, it could be somebody who is Taurus or Libra, sun, moon, or rising, because it can be somebody's moon or rising sign as well. If you don't know your moon or rising, a lot of you are asking me about that. We're going to talk about that in just a minute. But there could be an element here of Taurus or Libra really coming to the forefront for you all towards the end of the week. But I do feel a sense of creativity, a sense of art, a sense of movies. Some of you are like falling down a rabbit hole of like memories through different kinds of arts, music, you know, things like this. Empress is also a very motherly energy, so there could be an energy here for some of you in spending time with your mother or connecting with your mother or having memories of your mother. You know, it's going to be different for different ones of you. These are general readings. You might need a private reading, which I'm more than happy to do. If you click on the Calendly link in the description of the video, you can schedule a private tarot reading with me there, my darlings. Your spirit message for the week. Oh, and you might want to check out your moon sign and rising sign videos, because some weeks those may resonate with you more than your sun sign, or it could give you a little extra information. So you have gratitude coming up here, Libra. And so gratitude, I feel that you guys have, a lot of you, the majority of you have already been mastering this. Like, I keep hearing it could be worse. It could be worse. It could be worse. I think for some of you, that's been your motto for a while. It could be worse. And that's just been what you've been telling yourself to keep yourself going. Or that's been your way of like saying, well, you know, I'm grateful for what I do have. You might be feeling a sense of loss or a sense of transformation, but you have been grateful for what you do have. You have been in gratitude for what you do have. But I feel this is more Libra, that you're beginning to attract people and situations where you are experiencing others being grateful for you or grateful to you, right? Like people are saying, you know, I appreciate you, Libra, or I appreciate that, or thank you so very much, or like you're receiving not that you're looking for validation, but you're receiving validation in that way. You're receiving appreciation from others. And this crown is really jumping out at me, and there's like this crown here, right? So either you're feeling awfully royal, or you are having some interaction with someone that you might be putting this person on a pedestal, right? And you might be, the thing with the Three of Coins is we're not really sure sometimes when we're dealing with a person. Three of Coins can indicate that we're not sure where it's going. Like we feel that there might be a lot of similarities, there might be a lot of like things in common, and we might think this could be the beginning of a beautiful relationship. It could be a friendship, it could be a romance, it could be a business. Who knows where it's gonna go, but it has potential. But potential is the key. You don't know where it's gonna go. And Libra, I love you guys, and last time I said this, people got all mad and all upset, and I'm not saying it to upset you. I love you, Libra, but you guys, you know, and I know a lot of Libras, and I'm Libra rising, I'm part Libra, okay? I'm allowed to say this, I'm part Libra. But you know, Libras can take a long time making up their mind. You know, you guys don't rush into decisions. You guys take a while to decide. And so with this Three of Coins, there's somebody that maybe you're like putting up on a pedestal, or they make you feel like they're putting you on a pedestal. You know, and you're just kind of like, but wait, like, let me wait, let me figure out before I take this crown and place it on their head, or before I put this crown on my head. Let me just take some time here. Let me take in this moment. Let me process it. Let me enjoy it for what it is and not get too ahead of myself. You know, so I think that's kind of like the energy you guys have. And I do feel this is a person, because I feel, Libra, you guys have been manifesting like contact. You've been manifesting contact and connection, albeit it's going to be a different aspect for you guys. You're not all going to have the same exact scenario. It's not going to be romantic for all of you. But there may be potential for romance there, and you might be undecided about whether or not you're going to take it to that level or not, but you're enjoying it for what it is. And it's somebody that's like helping you see the beauty in life, and you know, see appreciation, experience appreciation. It feels very innocent to me. It feels very innocent, very pure. That might grow into something kind of fiery and spicy, but it's going to be different for different ones of you. Again, I encourage you to watch your moon, sun, and rising sign. And I encourage you guys to really let yourself, you know, get lost in that creativity. Let yourself connect with the sentimental songs and movies. And some of you might even be picking up an art. You might be picking up an art. Empress can also be like building a business as well. So maybe some of you are building a business. People keep talking about like the little mini baby boom that's possible. So if you don't want that to happen, maybe be careful, because Empress can also indicate pregnancy, right? So if you're doing the deed and you don't want little mini yous running around, then, you know, make sure you're wrapping it up, okay? It's going to be different for different ones of you. So I try to go over the different aspects of the cards. But if you want a private reading, click on the Calendly link. And, oh, about the astrology, a lot of you are like asking me to read your charts and what it means when certain planets are in certain places. And with the Empress too, if you have Taurus, you might want to check out which house Taurus is in, because that might give you a lot of information about why this card is coming up for you. But I'm not an astrology expert, and I've been saying that. So somebody reached out to me and blew my mind. This guy reached out to me, and he did a 2020 forecast for me based on my chart, like basically reading my chart and analyzing my chart. And we're only in March, right? So, but so far from what was in that report, it resonated so much. I was like, wow, that's totally happening. We'll see what's going to happen the rest of the year, but I was really impressed, really blown away. And so I decided, because he's got like free things online, you know, explaining what your rising sign means, and like different kind of guides and things for astrology. So I've linked his website in the description of the video. You can go check out the free resources. And you know, they've been kind enough to offer to sponsor my channel by offering you guys unlimited, never ending 30% off their already very affordable prices for like the private analysis. Like if you want to do a relationship analysis and you want to see if your astrology and somebody else's astrology is compatible, or you want to get a birth chart, a natal chart analysis, or you want to get a forecast for the year, you can get as many reports as you want, 30% off, with the code that I have in the description as well, the Angel 30 code. So if you're wanting to learn more about astrology, or you're curious more about your placements and stuff, I would recommend you check them out, because they are far more versed in astrology than I am. I don't want to lead anybody wrong. I don't want to give you false information. So that might be a good thing to check out. And don't forget, guys, every single day, Amethyst Angellight, Facebook and Instagram, I post a card of the day. I do a pick a card game on there. Private readings are still available. Love videos and channeled angel messages will be up in a couple of days. So hit subscribe and notification if you haven't already, so that you get the notices when the new videos come up. All right, my darlings, take care.